Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is on Lana Del Rey's makeup from the video Young and Beautiful. You guys requested it on my Instagram page and in the comments from the previous video. So here it is. I'm recreating my own version of it for you guys and I hope you enjoy. I'm going to begin by applying my foundation and I'm using Armani's Luminous Silk Foundation. I'm applying it using MORPHE buffing brush all over the skin, and this will give you that airbrush effect. Then I'm gonna move on to the eyes and I'm using Motive's My Beauty Weapon palette. So I'm gonna take this natural shade with a Sigma small tapered blending brush and I'm going to place this color onto my outer V, creating kind of a C shape. So I'm just mapping out the color first and then I'm going to softly blend it into the crease. And this is going to be the first shade that I'm going to use in the crease. Make sure you blend well around the edges because you want it to look nice and smooth. This is going to be a transition color as well for the next shade. So I'm going to add a little bit more just to deepen it a little bit and blend around the edges again. So now take a blending brush and I'm using MAC's 286 brush just to blend around the edges, and I'm going to do the other side as well. Just take the same Sigma small tapered blending brush and the natural shade from my Beauty Weapon palette by Motives and just apply that on the outer C. Blend it out really well around the edges. And once you're done with that, you're going to move on to the next shade, which is a dark matte chocolate brown shade. I'm using Estee Lauder's Swiss Chocolate. Using a MAC 217 blending brush, I'm just applying this on the outer C, just in the very corner, dabbing on the shade, and basically I want it very saturated on the very corner because if you watch the video, you will see that Lana's eyes was really smoked out at the corners, and I believe she used matte brown shades for this. So that's what I'm using. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side as well. Now we're going to make sure that it's all soft and blended well. So I'm going to use MAC 213 brush just to soften around the edges on the inner part and the outer part of the C. This step is very important, guys. Now move on to highlighting the brow bone. And for this I'm using Ivory from the palette and Morphe C124 firm shadow brush. I'm just applying it on the highest points of my brow bone and just below the brow as well. So now I'm going to use this pigment by Eye Candy and it's called Tiger Eye. With the same brush by Morphe, I'm going to apply this all over the lid because Lana's lid was pretty glossy. I'm not sure what she used because you couldn't really see in the video, but I decided to use a pigment for this because I want my eye makeup to last the whole night. So this is why I use pigments instead of gloss. So just apply that on the inner part of the lid as well as the center of the lid. So just dab it on. And this pigment stays on really well. It doesn't really have any fallout, so I didn't really use it wet today. I just wanted that subtle shimmer on my lids. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to use this pigment by MAHYA Mineral Makeup, and it's silky silver. I'm just applying that on the tear duct area. Then I'm going to take the shade Natural from the palette with small round contour brush by Morphe, and I'm gonna apply that on the lower lash line, and then I'm gonna apply some Swiss chocolate as well just to define the lower lash line. Next I'm gonna brighten up my waterline and I'm using Inner Rim Brightener by Tarte. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to define my lower lash line further, and for this I'm using Max Factor's Liquid Effect eyeliner pencil, and the shade is Brown Blaze. Then I'm going to use the Smudger brush by Morphe just to smudge that on the lower lash line. So I'm going to use the same pencil to line my top lash line. And I don't think that Lana's was winged in the video, so I'm not going to wing mine. I'm just going to have it basic on the top lash line. So then I'm going to take the same small round contour brush and the shade Swiss Chocolate, and I'm going to apply it over the liner, kind of smoking it out a little bit, and just a little bit on the outer C. Once I'm done, I'm going to curl my lashes and apply some mascara. And you don't have to apply false lashes, but I'm going to. The lashes I'm going to use today are Isabella by Flutter Lashes. And once they're on, I'm going to conceal my under area. And I'm using Tarte's Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Waterproof Concealer. And I'm going to use their brush just to buff that into the skin. Now once my concealer is blended well, I'm going to move on to the next step, which is sealing the foundation and the concealer in place. And for this I'm using PREP+PRIME Loose Powder by MAC. Next I'm going to move on to bronzing. I'm using NARS Laguna bronzer, and I'm using Tarte's contour brush to apply it in the hollows of my cheeks, the sides of my forehead, as always, and just along my jawline. So next I'm going to highlight my face, and I'm using Albatross by NARS and a MAC 159 brush, and I'm just applying that on the highest points of my cheekbones. The blush I used today is Luster by NARS, and I'm applying it using the same brush I used to apply my highlighter. So I'm just buffing it in between the highlighter and the bronzer. And once I'm done with the blush, I'm going to highlight the bridge of my nose as well, and my cupid's bow. Next I'm going to align my lips, and I'm using Freehand Cream Stick Liner by MAC. And Lana's lips were very pretty and very intense red with pink undertones. So the closest I could get to that was NARS Satin Lip Pencil in the shade Luxembourg, so that's what I used today. And I do like this shade a lot. I like the texture of it. It does last the whole day, and of course the shade is really gorgeous. So this is the final look, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and got inspired by it. If so, please don't forget to thumbs up my video, and that gives me motivation to do a lot more for you. And if you have any suggestions on looks that I should do for my next videos, please don't forget to comment below. And if you have any questions or you need any advice, you can always email me and I will respond to you. In the video, if you notice, Lana had some teardrop crystals just on the side, on the highest points of her cheekbone, just where the highlighter is. I couldn't find those, and this is why I didn't use them today. But if you have them, you just go ahead and use them. I just think without them, the look obviously is more wearable. If you don't have the exact same products that I use, of course, you can use any products you have at home. Just make sure they are the similar shade. Thank you once again, guys, for all the likes and comments in my previous videos, and thanks to all the new subscribers that have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you all for the suggestions. I'm gonna see you guys really soon with another look. Until then, stay blessed. Bye!